Hello and welcome back to Redstone Basics. I'm going to be doing more of a review here, really trying to get a grip with these power transmission mechanism components. Remember, the power components are the torch, the button, the lever, the redstone block. The transmission components are the dust, the redstone repeater, the comparator. The mechanism components are the piston, the redstone lamp, and the dispenser. Okay, so when we've got these components, let's look at these. The dust. Okay, let's get a nice opaque block, sandstone even, will do nicely. Okay, and we will need to get a power component, of course, because with transmission components we're not getting any power, it's simply providing power from one part of the circuit to the other. So we can choose from, like I say, we can choose from the block here, we can choose from a lever here, we can choose from a button, choose from torch. Okay, so here on the left side we've got transmission, and on the right side we've got power. Oh man, I can't wait till the mods get updated to 1.7.4. It's gonna be sick. Oh yeah. All right. So okay. Good. Alright, this is going to, like I say, it's going to be a bit more, it's not going to be so experimental. I'm not going to be pushing forward in anything I do here. I really want to get to grips with Redstone, and I'm willing to take as many episodes as it takes, however long it takes. Alright, so here we can see what's going on here. We've got our power components powering this transmission component, which is powering through this block. It's strongly powered. Now keep in mind, I just rewatched what happened last time. Now keep in mind, I did this, and I was like thinking, oh, why doesn't this work? And this is because this block is obviously not powered in the right way. And I thought afterwards, I watched it, maybe I could put that there, but it doesn't make any difference. This is not good enough to strongly powered. I mean, it says it's strongly powered, but I don't think it is strongly powered. But then let's look at this. We've got another power component here. That works. So a redstone block is an anomaly. Okay. So this is what we're finding out. Okay, so I'm going to compare this, and you know why it's an anomaly? It's not an anomaly, is it? Because a redstone block is the same as a torch, because the default state of both of these is on. Default state of both of these is on. Something like this. This is just going to be a mess about episode, why not? Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so we've got a power component. You see, when we do that, it doesn't make any... Yeah. That's the only way to make it off, it's default state. Alright, let's go back to what we were doing anyway. So clearly, if we want to do this, we need to... because this is powered, the default state of this is off. Default state of both of these is off, isn't it? Yeah. Alright. Okay, so what else can I do? Okay, so so an opaque block powered only by redstone dust, and no other components are said to be weakly powered. So let's do that. Okay, so there's an example of weak power. So it's only redstone dust is powering this, so it's not going through the block. Because this is powered by... Okay, so any non-inverted block, so if we exclude... If we just ignore... I'm going to just ignore the redstone torch and the redstone block for the moment. So that's what I'm going to do. So basically, so our power components are going to be the button and the lever. Yeah, and they're good because they're in an off state to start with. By using ones which are in an on state, I'm already getting into NOT gates, which I would have to use to understand that better, wouldn't I? So this is what I'm going to do actually. I'm going to actually review. This is fortunate the way that I've actually done the redstone, because obviously I've been doing redstone on this time of the month for months and months and months, right? So what I can do is I can review all these different gates, and then I can actually get myself better with this. Okay, so what did I say? Okay, now let's expand on this one more time. Okay, so we've said, right, okay, that this is going to power a block in any side of it. This is going to power this one. It's going to power this one. It's going to power this one. And this. Okay, so we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power. These are not powered though, but that one is. Oh, that's powered by this. Okay, so there's no power here, but we are going to get power from here, yeah, it's quite difficult to display because they're going to keep connecting. Perhaps I should do this. I might even do this in mods sometimes, so I can actually put the little strips in between so we don't get connections. Because the connections are irritating, to be honest. I don't like them. I want everything to be unconnected so that I can see exactly where the power flow is going every step of the way. And that's the way you've got to see things. So basically, yeah, this power is boom from all sides of it, right? Power's going from all sides of it out. Yeah. From just going down below, up above, to the right, to the left. No diagonals there. We've got no diagonals here, you see. None of these. None of these are being affected, but everything else is. So we've got 4 unaffected. And what about... And we got to look at those ones as well, don't we? Because there's only one block underneath which is getting powered. All those others on this layer below the layer I'm standing on are not getting any power. It's only that one that gets the power. Okay. Okay. And then once again, to be explicit about this, we've only got the dust here. We're getting nothing. Nothing is going in here. Nothing is working out. Doesn't matter where we put these, we're getting fuck all here. And this is weakly powered, right? It's completely weak power. But what if we take a mechanism component like a sticky piston? Well, then it works. That's because it's weak power. So it can't power other redstone dust. But it can power this mechanism component. But what about? I mean, can it power perhaps another transmission component, like a comparator to say? Yes, it can. Okay, so it can't power. So it can't power other redstone dust. So this is a problem, right? This is our problem. This is why I'm going to have to be in future episodes. I have to go really explicit about this. Because it's otherwise not going to get it. It can't power other redstone dust. If I want to power other redstone dust, I'm going to put but redstone dust is still a transmission component. But what we're seeing, right? Let me get some signs out here. Let me just write in a book. You know what? I haven't done this ever, but I'm just annoyed. I don't even know how to do it. I don't think. Here we go. Okay, so let me just clear my thoughts and do this properly, right? Okay, so we've got like so when we're dealing with power components, right? And I will go into more details once I'm going to review the. Of course, I'm going to review a lot of material and stuff, but I just want to get this clear in my head. So power components, right? Now let's just say that we've got button and we've got lever. Yeah, the default state of these is off. Okay, so that's good because the default state being off is good because we're not actually at the stage where I'm even thinking about NOT gates yet. So the default state of these is off, and then torch. Let's just put the whole thing in here. Default state is on. Okay. Now, if we look at transmission components, right? Now, with transmission components, what we have to look at. Let's just write it up again here. Never done this before, but you know what? I don't mind. Transmission component, we're looking at dust. Now, the dust. Okay, let's think about it. Let's think how we can. So, if the repeater powers the. Okay. So, let's look at dust. Redstone dust. Redstone dust powering a solid block makes that block weakly powered. Okay, so that block is now weakly powered. Dust coming out the other side will not be powered. Dust coming out the other side will not be powered. Okay. All other mechanism and transmission components will still be powered. Will still. Good. Okay. Okay, so now we've got over that issue, right? But now there's still a further issue here. Let me just get rid of this bit here. Yes. Okay. Okay, so now I'm not even going to speak about mechanism components because it's not that important at the moment. So now let's look at power. Now let's look at power and transmission components. Okay. Okay. So the thing about power and transmission components is that, like I say, we're not going to think about the torches or the blocks because they're inverters and they are just fucking up the situation. Okay. So what we need to do, right, is okay. So an opaque block, right, powered by a button or lever. So don't even think about inverted power components. Well, you're probably gonna think about it now, but yeah, as long as I mention that, it will help me, I think. So don't even think about inverted power components, okay? Or transmission component. Okay, so we're seeing this interesting thing, aren't we? We're seeing don't even think about redstone dust. See? How can I do this then? Gonna have to go to the next page. It's strongly powered. This means so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. There will only ever be 5 spots because it always has to be powered from one side. There are 5 spots in horizontal or vertical place. 5 will have power. Diagonals, no power. Okay. So you can see that it would be 6, but you have to power that block somehow. All right. So you power it in from the back of the block, and then so you've got that block there sitting there. It's right there. And then we look right at the bottom of that block. On the left-hand side, we've got some power. On the right-hand side, we've got some power. In front of that block, we've got the power. There's 4. On top of that block, we've got the power. Below that block, right at the bottom of that block, go down again. Actually, sorry, no, it's not, is it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so there's the 3 sides, which exclude, obviously, the 1. Obviously, we could also say that we're powering from beneath, and it's going to be the 4 other ones. Yeah, so there's going to be 6. So there's 6 with one input and 5 possible outputs. It's a good way to look at it, I guess. Yeah. Okay. What else have I? Okay. Weak power only affects opaque blocks. So once we get through this issue of the opaque blocks, but we're going to have to use opaque blocks obviously a lot. So it's not hugely useful, but transparent blocks cannot be powered. Yeah. Okay. I'm happy with that for now. So like I said, I've probably gone over what are we on? Redstone. I'm just going to call it Redstone Basic. I can make it. Oh, what? It's not going to save it. I wonder if it saves it. Oh, it does. So what's the point of doing anything with it? All right. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. And like I say, I'm going to carry on again in the next episode, talk more about stuff. Maybe I'll move a bit further forward, but it's not going to. This is going to be a very, very slow progress. And that's the way I want to do things, because the slower the progress, the easier and more likely it is I'll actually really start getting something out of it. So until then.